Alright, so what is the dog doing in episode 3? He finally delivered. People, you know, second episode was not showing a whole lot, but oh boy, they definitely showed a lot this time. So we're gonna analyze everything that happened here. So, you know, watch episode 3 and also turn to your manga page. Let's go to chapter 3 right now. Yeah, so it starts off with Pochita trying to, like, you know, get Nekotani's attention because he's trying to escape and get out of the house so he can get back home. So it pretty much follows shot for shot what happens in the manga, where Pochita's trying to get Nekotani's attention, but he notices that she's like extremely fucking scared of dogs for some reason, like to kind of a weird, unhealthy degree. Because it's like a small dog like walks up to you and probably wants to bark at you, and it's like you're just automatically scared of the dog. Like she's like crying and completely weeping like a small dog. And it's like I think she's kind of having an unhealthy reaction, like, or I don't know, maybe she knows more about dogs than we do. But also the face that she makes in the manga is a lot more hilarious, and I'm a little disappointed that they didn't go all out with her expressions. But I think the voice acting makes up for it. But yeah, she's like completely scared of Pochita. And yeah, and then he notices that there's like a caterpillar there, like on the side of the wall. And the angle's a bit different. Yeah, once again the angle's different, where it got her from like the right side when she's facing right, but then in the manga it's like when she's facing left. So it still follows the part where she, you know, gets on the wall. She's really scared, but it looks a little bit more funny in third person because it's just a little dog walking up to her. Yeah, then she runs, and they skip some of the first person stuff here, which is disappointing. Or at least they angled it differently, because this part here where she like runs over, like she runs like above him. They kind of do it in first person, but the angle's not exactly like the manga. It's a bit off, but I guess animating something from a first person view from a dynamic angle is pretty hard to do, but you know, they tried. Yeah, but they still have this part here where she trips. Her ass was out originally in the manga, but for some reason in the anime she's just like completely flat. Sometimes they want to have more fan service, sometimes they don't. Yeah, so the bug gets under her shirt. Yeah, he notices that it's there. Yeah, and then this is the part he goes under her shirt. Oh, but like this is the part where it gets better than the manga, because it's full on like topless in the manga. In the manga, no, it's just all bra, like literally just bra. But watch this. Like, you're gonna see it. I'm gonna see if I can get this clip in the video. But yeah, you see the part here. Pochita's trying to like unhook her bra, or I think he accidentally unhooks it. I don't remember if it was by accident. I think he was just trying to get it out of the way. But yeah, he's feeling her up inside the shirt. Yeah, and I don't remember the part where Nekotani is like, oh wow, that feels good, but like, you know, that's happening. So he finally grabbed the bug, and he's like, wait, how do I get out of here? This part I think is the same in the manga, where he goes up from the top of her shirt, and she wakes up and she's like, wait, what the fuck is the dog doing? Like, oh, stupid dog, get away from me. Yo, but that angle in the anime is crazy, that dynamic angle. So I guess they made up for it. Yeah, but then she like fucking judo throws him, and it's still kind of in first person. Yeah, it's in first person, so I'll give him that. That's dynamic. He notices that she's still hurt. She hurt her leg after she tripped, and she thinks like something's wrong with him, or that he's mad at her. And she's like, oh, why would you? Oh, I'm sorry, did I piss you off? I didn't mean to hurt you. Okay, so here's the part that I don't want to talk about, but I need to bring it up. The English translation for this episode is really fucking weird, because when she throws the dog, instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry I threw you, or I'm sorry if I hurt you, she's like, oh, I'm sorry if I yeeted you. And I'm like, why the fuck are they translating it like that? Like, that's so stupid. This kind of stupid translation pops up later in the episode, but I just wanted to bring that up. Because of course they gotta hire shitty translators that don't know what they're doing, but yeah, Nekotani's fucking freaking out because a small dog was thrown, and she thinks karma's coming back together. But then like Pochita just starts licking her foot a little bit to try and like, you know, trying to make her less afraid, because she thought the dog was gonna probably like eat her or something, I don't know. And then he licks her wound on her knee, but then she starts like laughing. uncontrollably. Honestly, her reactions in the manga are a lot funnier. Like the expressions that she makes, but I think the voice acting makes up for it. So I'll give him that. Like, given with like the budget they probably have, they don't want to have too many animations. Like they could reuse some footage. And then of course, Inukai-san is like completely fucking pissed. It's a little bit scarier in the manga as usual. They don't seem to capture that almost like yandere vibe that she kind of has. Like, oh, it's creepy. Yeah, she's like, oh no, it's not what it looks like. Oh, they actually extended that scene. In the anime, there's like this little extra part here where Nekotani, is trying to apologize. Like, oh, no, I didn't mean to, the dog wasn't doing anything weird. But in the manga, and then he's like freaking out. And then in the manga, it just goes straight to her fucking stubbing her own fucking toe. Like, she broke her fucking pinky toe. This bitch is crazy. Yeah, I didn't notice it was her pinky toe the first time I read it. The anime like emphasizes it a little bit more, so now it's easier to notice. Yeah, and then of course she takes off her fucking sock. And she's like, oh, can you lick my foot, help it feel better? Oh no, I hurt my foot. He's like, if I don't do it, is she gonna keep hurting herself to get attention? She's like, please lick my foot. It hurts, please lick the foot. And he's like, oh no, bro, I'm not trying to lick no feet. He's like, I'm not trying to lick no broken toes. Oh god, that toe is like super broken. Look at her face, like she's so excited to get that fucking foot licked. Oh, yeah, he's just like, I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah, he started looking at, and then like, she had like the most ridiculous overreaction I've ever seen. Like, they actually made it funnier in the anime. Where she just like fucking like falls over and she's like, oh my god, oh, it's great. Oh. Like she had like orgasms from the fucking foot lick. And Nekotani's like freaking out. She's like, what the fuck just happened? And she's like, oh, and Pochito's like, oh yeah, right. She's never seen her act like this. She's always very like cold. And then Nekotani's also freaking out again, and then she's like, oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah, and then she's like, what happened between you and the dog? She's like, what did you do with Pochita? She's like, what the fuck did you do with the dog? Did you do something weird with my dog? And then she just goes completely fucking crazy in this part. I'll never forgive you. But the thing is, I don't know who she's mad at. Is she mad at Nekotani or is she mad at her dog? She's mad at Pochita. I think she's mad at Pochita because oh my god, her face. And she's like, alright, by the way, Pochita, this is house. She's like, you're gonna have to get under here. She's like, hold on, so you had him under your clothes? He's like, I didn't even get to do that yet with my dog. And she's just like, and Nekotani's like, hold on, wait, you said what? Like, look, now she's fucking running with her skirt up, trying to catch the dog like a fucking bug net, like an Animal Crossing or some shit. And he's just trying to run away from the psycho bitch, trying to fucking cuddle up with him. Run, Pochita. Oh, but that under angle there. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and then she's like, oh, okay, I got you. House. She's like, by the way, Pochita, this is the house. And she's like, wait, and Nekotani's like, what the fuck is she doing? Like, you deadass trying to get that dog in there? She's like, yeah. And she's like, the fuck is going on? Yeah, and then she's like, come on, doggy, get under my skirt, get under my dress. And she's like, ah, you see? Pochita's loyal only to me, you see? Like, he won't fall for someone like you. He's like, you see, undying loyalty. Yeah, Pochita gets under this dress and he's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, why am I in here? What am I looking at? She's like, oh, hello there. This is home. I'm happy that you're here now. And she's like, oh, I see. You're mad because you thought that the dog was being more friendly with me than you. You were a little jealous. She's like, no, I'm not jealous. Oh, it's okay, Pochita. Part where Inukai-san has Pochita under the dress. For some reason, they instead of Nekotani saying like, oh, you were just jealous about me and Pochita hanging out, and you didn't want to get mad. Instead of saying that, she's like, oh, you were having resting bitch face, and I'm like, what the fuck is this translation? That's not even accurate to what the fuck she said in the manga or the English translation of the manga. I'm like, what the hell? Who's taking liberties with this shit? And, it's one of those really shitty people on Twitter that like to brag about unnecessary changes that they make to anime and manga, and it's like, ah, ha. And it's like, can you stop working on shit like this? Just leave. Like, go do something else. If you worked on any other kind of thing, you would get fired. But it's okay. Nekotani is not into dogs like that. She's too scared of dogs to be a dog fucker. That doesn't stop Inukai-san though. Yeah, and then of course Nekotani leaves and she's like, oh, thank you, Pochita, for helping me. Thanks for stopping that bug. They made her look really good in the anime. I'm happy. But you can see Inukai-san's more pissed. She's still pissed because she doesn't want anyone to be friendly with her dog. Yeah, and then she leaves and then she has like that frowny face at the end. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, she's mad. Yeah, she's not happy about it. And then Pochita's like, oh well, you know, it's a good thing they got to study, so Nekotani can like do well in school or whatever. And then the episode ends here. In the beginning of, at the end of the 4th chapter. Because this was actually this episode actually did the rest of chapter 3 and then chapter 4. Page 39 to 59, so 20 pages, like I said in I think the previous 2 videos. So yeah, it goes from page 39 all the way to 59, and then it ends page 74. So we're about almost halfway through the first book. So they're going kind of fast. So I think they might be able to do the first volume and then adapt the second one, because it seems like they're combining chapters into a single episode, unlike the first episode. The first episode is just the first chapter, but I think they padded out the time by having that bathing scene with Nekotani, with Inukai-san, where she's just like washing herself. So I think that's how they bought some time, so they could save all that stuff, you know, for the later episodes. So yeah, it ends here, just like in the manga, where it ends in chapter 4, where Inukai-san's wearing her fucking dog outfit. Yeah, so this is when it gets even freakier, so prepare for episode 4, chapter 5, and potentially chapter 6. This chapter is actually pretty funny, and it gives more insight into Inukai-san as a character, so, you know, look forward to it. And yeah, that's it. You know, they did a pretty good job with this episode, and they definitely delivered with the nudity. But anyway, that's犬になったらepisode 3. We'll find out what happens in episode 4 on like Friday, so I'm gonna try and get these out a little bit quicker as the episodes come out. So yeah, that's it. Bye.